Hello and welcome to a software spotlight video. First off, I just want to begin by saying that this video is not sponsored, and I just want to sort of talk about a piece of software or a web application that at the moment, at the time of making this video, is still in beta, but I think has great potential and could have many use cases beyond its kind of intended original purpose. So I'm on the Kinetics.tech website. And what Kinetics is, or what it's trying to do, is allow you to capture motion using video. So you basically get a subject and you record them using your phone or normal camera device. You upload that footage onto their server, and you can create a custom character using the animation that's extracted from that video clip. Now, it's still early stages. There's still a few little things that are kind of nuanced about it. But what's great about it is it uses a kind of AI algorithm to try and calculate the kind of position of the head and the limbs, and then apply that to a 3D character model, either a preset one or one that you can create yourself. There's still quite a lot of features to come. Like you can see here, they're working on a feature where you can implement lighting and additional models into that space, but that's not at the time of making this video. And it's not a free tool, but there is a free option just to sort of introduce yourself to it. So it's very good for implementing into VR scenes. It's been used for promotional stuff. It's quite good for integrating into things like you can see here, Blender, Unreal, Maya, Unity. If we look at the pricing quickly before we move into actually what the software is, you can see that there's various pricing plans. And again, you can see what kind of features there are. I'm going to be using the free version because at the moment it's still beta and I don't have a use case for it at the moment beyond sort of exploring it. I'm just going to log in. So I have signed into my account and I'm greeted with this kind of dashboard view. So you can see here it supplies you with 4 kind of prefab videos. This video here is one that I kind of recorded very quickly in my office, just using my phone on a tripod. I tried to make sure that my entire body was in shot so it could track my feet and my head and my arms. Now, a few things I've picked up on already on how the AI works. It kind of works better if it's a very well lit video where there isn't a lot of background interference. It works very well as well if the hands aren't close together or close to the body because it's using video and AI to interpret tracking rather than markers or physical sensors on the person. It's kind of limited, and I was just using an Android phone. I wasn't using any LiDAR or any depth cameras. I was just using a standard camera. So if we just, for example, choose one of these prefabs, let's say we choose the jumping jacks. What it does is you upload your video, you choose what video it is you want. It will then take some time to process that video. It'll try and, using its AI algorithm, work out kind of landmarks like the head, the arms, the legs, etc. And it will create a kind of rudimentary model or mesh that basically has that data captured. So it's taking the video up here and creating a mesh and a wireframe that tries to match or approximate the matching of the motions on a person's body, for example. So if we go to animation quickly, you can adjust the kind of how strong the kind of filter's been applied, how strong the algorithm's working in terms of accuracy. So you can make it more accurate or less accurate. But as you can see here, it does affect the quality of the animation. So if we reduce it really low, you can see that one arm's kind of becoming out of sync, whereas if we're at 100%, it's a lot more in sync. But what's quite cool about this is the fact that, not just the fact that you can just use a video without having to have expensive motion sensors and trackers and all this stuff. And also the fact that you can actually take the animation from the video and then import it into Blender, and it uses a standardized sort of mesh rig, so default naming conventions for head, arms, legs, etc., which play nicely with Blender. But it actually comes with, on the sides at the moment, you can go to character and you can actually choose a kind of prefab body. So if we look here, we can assign these prefab design models. So these are just, again, a library of characters that it kind of comes with. You've got these kind of Roblox characters at the end, and various other sort of just general bodies down here. We can just click on the model and choose which model we want to apply from our prefabs. But what I think is really quite cool, and obviously will probably be developed further, is the customize your model option. So if we just click on that for 1 second, we can choose the body type. So I'm going to go with a masculine body type. Now this uses a service called Ready Player Me, which is the system that's been used to create the avatars, basically. Okay, so if I have my webcam plugged in, I could take a photograph using my webcam. I don't have my webcam currently plugged in, so I've actually just took a photograph on my phone. And as you can see here, it wants you to take a photo with a natural face, so not kind of your mouth closed, not open, kind of just a general neutral face, and suitable lighting. I'm just going to choose a file, go to where I've just uploaded my photo myself. So here we go. This is the photo I've just took on my phone. I'm going to click accept. And what this will do is it'll try to take my facial features and superimpose that onto an avatar, or create a avatar that has similar-ish features using its library of assets. So you can see here it's obviously got my hair completely wrong, but if we look at the face, it's not massively out. It's took the kind of fact like my eye colour. It's kind of tried to approximate my facial structure as much as it can. Let's just play about with the hair and try and choose a hairstyle that's a bit more like me. I've got quite dark hair now. My hair is an absolute mess at all times. There's no hairstyle ever in anything that's as good as messy as what my actual hair is, but that's just the way it is. We can choose like clothing. So these are basically, again, a library of preset clothing options. These avatars also work in various other applications. So you can see like the one like here, side quest, which is promotion for it. You can use it in various VR related projects and products. But all these models can be downloaded and you can rework them, tweak them, etc. And it creates a skeletal animation alongside the models when you export it. In the free version, you're limited to about a minute. So let's just choose this, because why not? Doesn't really matter too much. We can then click on next. We sign in or create a Ready Player Me account. So I'm just going to use my email address here and just send. And it then sends me a download link, so I can download that file from the Ready Player Me site. And now we have our character sort of in this looping animation. It will show up down here. Now we don't get the thumbnails. This seems to be a kind of thing with it being a beta at the moment. But we can that character's now stored there. We could always go to export, and this would export the animation and the model as a .glb file, which we could put into Blender, Maya, Unity, and everything. Basically any 3D program that takes the GLB format. If I actually just go back for a second, and I was to choose, let's say, the video I took on my phone a few days ago, and you'll kind of see what I mean with the issues with my hands being quite close to my body. It gets a bit confused, and the hands start to blend into the mesh. So it's never going to be as accurate as obviously if we was using actual sensors. But for a kind of very quick AI approximation, just using a video clip, without having to, again, having high-end sensors or having to have cameras with depth data recording functionality, it does an okay job. And I just thought it's just a piece of software. Again, I'm not being sponsored to show, and I just wanted to kind of sort of highlight. There is this credit system, and I believe that the credits are to buy costumes and extra items eventually when that kind of becomes a thing. But yeah, it's got potential. That's what I kind of am interested in it about. So it is Kinetics.tech. That is the website that you can have a look at this at and play about with. Like if you're using the free option, you are limited to about 1 minute of footage. But as a software that just sort of allows you to quickly and quite dirtily create a animation without having to keyframe every stage. It's got potential, and that's just why I wanted to highlight it. So hopefully this kind of highlight of showing something that you may not have seen or you may not be aware of is of interest. I do quite often, where possible, try and like show things or look at things that could be a bit experimental that aren't quite there yet, because I think it's kind of important to sort of see or look at where these technologies could be implemented, even if they're not at a stable state quite yet. There's a lot of features that still need to be added, as you can see even in known videos. There's still features that aren't apparent in the free version or in the version that I'm playing about at the moment. But if you have any comments, questions, or any other software or things that you see that you might think you want to share with the wider world, just comment them down below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.